Happy Tuesday. And, we would look a little different for, I think, the first time in a very long time. Kathy and I are actually in the same room. We are both vaccinated, so just everybody knows that. We are following all safety precautions. But we're really excited today to highlight an incredible story. An incredible probably doesn't even do it justice. We have an amazing 90-year young, wonderful woman here who's going to share a pretty cool story about her journey, not only through health, through COVID, but through some other challenges as well, too. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Catherine.
Hey, I'm so excited to be here in person again.
Yes.
It's really great and gives us a glimpse of hope and things loosening up just a little bit. So thanks for joining us today. We have with us Matt Peak and Margaret Marrow, and we're going to let you introduce yourself. Matt, maybe if you could start and just tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're on the show today, what we're going to be talking about, share that with our audience, that would be lovely. And then we'll have Margaret do the same.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Matt Peak. I'm the Senior General Manager for Workout Anytime in the Asheville market in North Carolina. I'm here with Margaret, who is our oldest member at Workout Anytime Weaverville, 96 years old. And still going hard.
Right on.
Definitely one of the most motivating people you'll ever meet. Always encouraging, so it's always great having her in the gym. So
that's awesome.
She's always here to encourage and help others, and we just love seeing her get recognized.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Very cool.
That's great, Margaret. Can you tell our audience a little bit about who you are?
Well, I'm Margaret Marrow, and I'm originally from North Carolina, but I've traveled quite a bit, and not overseas, just in the States. And I retired from Southern Bell, but I had several different jobs. My first job out of high school was an aide in surgery, which was real interesting. I wasn't old enough to go into nurses training, so they just made me an aide in surgery, which meant that I had to learn all the instruments, the name of them, and what went with each operation. And then I got to dress out with the doctors and hand the instruments to them, just like the nurses do now. And but that was quite a while ago. So that's when you used everything over and over and over. We'd start with our 2x2s and 4x4s. They would be white. But by the time that you got them wore out till you couldn't use them no more, they was a dark brown.
Oh,
wow. Because they'd been in blood so much and washed and then I was a paper cutter, and then I was a lab technician, and finally I ended up with the telephone company, and that's where I retired from.
That's so fantastic. What an adventurous career, and sounds like life experiences. That's really exciting. And so today, so you're 96 years young.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You're there with Matt. What is it that you do with Matt?
With time?
With Matt.
What do you do with me when you come to the gym?
I get on the treadmill, and then I get on the relaxer.
Hydro massage chair.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best thing they've got. But
So what got you into, this desire to stay fit as you aged? What was one of your, big motivating factors?
what was what?
One of your big motivating factors as to why you wanted to stay fit as you got older?
Well, I've always been active. I had a scholarship to college when I finished high school, and at that time, my daddy said, college is not for girls, and you're not going. So I didn't go to college. And I played ball. I've been a ball player since as soon as I was getting to school. We played ball. in softball, basketball, volleyball, and a bow, stock car racing. And,
Wait, did you say stock car racing? Hold on, I got to back you up there. Did you say stock car racing?
yeah, yep. This for
Oh.
one season.
Can you?
Moved.
Okay, you got to tell me a little bit about stock car racing here.
I'd be in it big time had we not moved, but I only got to stay with it one season. So and I loved it. That's when you didn't have these souped up cars. You had this any old flipper you could get, and the girls didn't have cars.
Uh-huh.
So you had to find some man that had a car that was brave enough to let you use hers. So it was called a Patterford Derby, and once a month. And I'd win every trial race. I'd be up front every trial race. But then the men raced first, and the girls got to race last. Well, by the time they got around, there wouldn't be but 2 or 3 cars left to race. So I didn't ever get in an actual race.
Oh.
But you won all the
I
trials.
would be banged up.
Jesus.
They'd
Wow.
race a car or something that happened that you wouldn't get to drive in the main race, but I loved it.
That's awesome.
That sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
I learn something new every day. Like, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. How long have you two been working together, Matt and Margaret?
About 3 years.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Margaret, what's your motivation to get to the gym? What's one of your secrets?
That I come to the gym,
Yeah.
What motivates you?
I have boyfriends here.
Ah, all right.
Okay. All right. Got to keep your energy level high.
No, it's just being able to get out and be with people and exercise and keep moving. So you gotta keep moving.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it sounds like you've been very active all of your life.
Oh yeah.
So just the motivation of staying active and being able to be autonomous, continue to do the things that you want to do. So if somebody came along with a stock car right now, would you hop in and race it?
No,
No?
because about 4 months ago, I quit driving.
Okay. All right.
I got macular degeneration. I mean, I think I could still drive, but I don't want to get out and.
Okay. So,
That makes sense.
so we're 4 months too late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could drive if it was emergency, but
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's good to take care of yourself first.
Yes.
Now we just go pick her up.
All right. Oh, wow. That's phenomenal. That's fantastic. So you guys are part of the transportation, Matt, to the gym?
Yeah.
That's very cool. That's awesome. That is, yeah, that says a lot, obviously, about your relationship.
Yeah.
Pardon, Margaret?
Yeah, they're good to me.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Everybody's real nice and yeah.
Can I ask kind of more of a challenging question? How did COVID affect you, or any of that with the gym and things maybe even health wise? How did that make you?
Well, when I go out, I wear a mask,
Mhm.
but I've done that for years. When it comes flu season, put a mask on, and you, especially to a doctor's office, But if I go to the grocery store, I wear a mask. And everybody looks at you because they think you've got something and they stay away from you so you don't catch anything. So
I like that thinking. That's excellent thinking.
Yeah.
Yes. And I like that you said you've been doing this pre-COVID.
Yeah.
This is something that you've done for a while. Wear a mask when you're not feeling
yeah, I wore masks probably 15 years. In the
Wow.
fall, when season fall and the flu season starts, then I put on a mask when I go out. I haven't had a cold in years, and I haven't had the flu since 1960.
You're kidding.
Wow. Do you get the flu shot too?
No, I don't take the flu shot.
Huh.
That is fascinating. Wow.
That's wow.
I've had flu twice in my life, 1934 and 1960. It's the only two times I've had the flu.
Well, that's great. You have a great immune system, it sounds like. What do you do to take care of yourself? You come and you see Matt and you work out with Matt and his team. What else do you do to take care of yourself?
I don't think I do anything. I mean, I just take a day at a time. I eat fairly healthy now,
Yeah.
but when I was growing up, you eat anything you can get your hands on,
Yeah. Well, I like what you said that you take it a day at a time. And to me, that is self-care because it reduces anxiety. It helps you live in the now. It helps you focus on whatever joyful moment you have right now. At least that's how I look at it. I think that's a really important thing to do to keep ourselves grounded and mindful in the moment.
Yeah. Matt, how does having someone as amazing as Margaret at your gym do for other members and other people that come in to work out?
They love it. You hear it all the time. If she can do it, I can do it. And that's what Margaret tells everybody. If I'm still able to go, you can do it. So it's definitely encouraging for everyone. Everyone comes in, daily, somebody will ask how Margaret is, and then, if there's days go by that I don't hear from Margaret, she'll call me and find out how everything's going. So she checks on everybody else too. So
that's awesome. That's cool.
Is it a small
something,
community?
that we did during COVID was Margaret was able to find a treadmill. So we went and picked up a treadmill for her and took it to her house. So she's able to work out at home when she can't come in. So
wow,
she's able to do everything at home too.
That's fantastic. How big is your community where you live? Is it a large community? Is it a small town?
We are a small town.
So people really look out for each other and help each other.
Oh yeah.
And Matt, is your gym an open gym? Is it all ages in the gym? Is it a specialty? Okay.
Yeah, all ages.
That's really cool. I love that. I would be very inspired going to the gym and seeing someone that I can really look to and say, I want to be that way. I want to have the movement in my body at that age.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've been to I belong to about 3 gyms in my since I retired, and this is tops. So
wow, that says a lot. Margaret, what else do you do, obviously, besides working out? What other things you like to do for fun?
Well, not much anymore, because I stay at home so much. I don't, they closed the church down, so I can't go to church. Mm-hmm. And, they've opened it back up now, but I haven't been able to go for the last 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But if, I don't get bored or anything at home. I try to read and watch TV and listen to music and do what I have to do in the house. And that's about it. And then I have a lot of people I talk to on the phone. I have a lot of friends
that's awesome.
On the phone. So I don't have time to get bored. So,
yeah, it doesn't sound like it. I don't think
I've never seen anyone that I didn't like. And even after you get to know them, you really like them, or you just still like them. That's those people.
What
when
a
people
wonderful.
say, I don't like her, or I don't like him, they don't know whether they do or not. They don't give themselves a chance to find out. So
it's well said.
you've got to meet people and talk to them. And I've always felt like that I wasn't any better than anybody else, but I was as good as the next one. So,
I think that's a wonderful philosophy, and really just thinking about thinking differently, and you go into a situation saying, I like everybody.
Mhm.
yeah. And I do. I mean,
That's very
just
compassionate.
give me a chance to talk to them.
Yeah. I've heard, and I believe this, if you don't like somebody, get to know them better. I believe that, and I find it very interesting.
Margaret, what do you have any words of wisdom for the younger generations and how to maybe be as active or stay as healthy as you have for so long?
Run that by me again.
Any words of wisdom or advice for the younger generations on how to be active and healthy as they age?
Get off the computer. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Get off the computer and text it. I've had people come to my house. My daughter was one of them, and her friend, and they sat side by side on the couch and text each other. Don't make good sense.
It really doesn't make good sense, does it? And yet we tend to do it.
Yes.
It's true.
Oh.
Just call
Of course,
it.
they could have been saying something they didn't want me to hear.
That's possible. It is possible.
Oh. No.
Always, I mean, if you get off the phone and get with people, you can have fun.
So be present with people
Yeah.
and move, right? And I also heard you say that you read and you watch movies or TV and you listen to music. Those are all things that help stimulate the brain, and really important to continue to do those things when you can. What advice would you give your 20-year-old self? If you think back to when you were 20, what would you say to yourself?
Don't be as crazy as I was.
I think that I think it's brave, courageous, adventurous.
Yes.
The life that you've described to us, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, at a 20-year-old, you can't tell them anything. So you need to start. The parents need to start when they're small, and then teach them as they go. And when they get 20, they'll be okay, probably.
Good
But
point.
when they get to that 13, 14-year-old, they know everything, and they don't want to listen. So that's when, if you're not tied on right then, well, then you can't make them do anything after they get over.
Mm-hmm.
True. I think my parents didn't get smart again until I was about 30. And then I realized they were pretty smart cookies.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of a daredevil,
I think you were a maverick. You were breaking the norm. Stock car racing, playing all those different sports. You were definitely pushing the envelope. I would not say you were a daredevil in the least. I mean, I think you had those tendencies, but honestly, I think you were a trailblazer. I really truly mean that.
Yeah, I don't know. But when I was a kid, everybody had a knife. Everybody, when I was in the first grade, I got a little knife, pearl handle knife, about maybe 2 inches long. And everybody, it was just normal to carry a knife, girls and boys too, because we played mumble peg, and you play mumble peg with a knife. And so now they won't even let you have a knife in school, and I can understand why.
Yeah.
But,
Times have changed, haven't they?
yeah. But mumble peg and hopscotch and ball and jack rocks and all these games that's gone out the window. You don't see them anymore. But
Simpler time.
Yeah.
a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Climb
think
trees, and swing from the trees. Yeah.
yeah.
If I was healthy, I'd love to go back to living like you lived then, because that was good life. Everybody, there's no such thing as nursing homes, because if you got sick, your neighbors came in and took care of you, and I don't care how sick you got, but they just cared for each other. They did what they could for.
Yeah, so it was the community came together and supported people as they aged.
Yeah.
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 I think we're going to be shifting back to that. I really do. I think COVID's brought a lot of, challenges, but I also think some opportunities to get back to some of the importance of community and how we take care of each other. So that's my hope, at least.
It'd be good if we could.
Yes, ma'am.
We have so many people moving in to the Asheville area. It's just growing by leaps and bounds. And they move in and they're afraid to be neighborly. You don't know. And even though people that live here don't want to get close to them because they don't know what kind of people they are. And they just don't care, stay by themselves.
I've seen that too in neighborhoods. And how do we get to know people if we aren't going to go over and introduce ourselves or go out of our way to learn a little bit about them and try to engage?
Put ourselves out there.
Yeah. Well, Margaret, it's been a treat to speak with you today. Is there anything that you'd like to tell our audience? Is there anything you'd like the world to know about you?
Don't want to say too much. No, just try to live right and eat right and be neighborly and be good people.
That's well said. Well said. Matt, would there anything as we wrap up here, anything you'd like to say?
I just want to thank Margaret for being such an inspiration to everybody. Like I said, it's always a pleasure to have her here and, talk to her and, just to have her support. So my favorite thing about Margaret, though, is when you ask her how old she is. How old are you?
I'm 39 years and about 1,050 months.
Well done.
Oh, that's amazing.
Months lately,
That's awesome.
I stayed 39 for years. We were in church one day and it was Mother's Day, and they didn't want people to come out and say, how old are you, but they said all the mothers 20 years old and younger, sit down. And all the mothers over 30 years old and younger, sit down. They said they get to 40 years, if you're that old, sit down. So I sat down. My daughter was way over on the other side of the church. She said, Mama, get up from there. So they said they went on to 50 and 60 and 70, and I'm still standing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Your daughter called you out on it.
across the aisle. That's awesome.
Well, the other thing I would say is it sounds like you have fun, Margaret. It sounds like you have fun in life.
Yeah, I have fun.
Uh,
A lot of good.
That's great. That's great. Well, good for you. Thank you for being on here, and good for you for getting to the gym and staying active during COVID. It's a hard thing to do, and I know that a lot of people struggled to do it.
Mhm.
So I see you as an inspiration, and it's just been an absolute treasure to meet you today and to learn a little bit about your fun and adventurous life. Thank you for sharing with us.
And Matt, I would say kudos to you and your team for being such a, I'd say also an inspiration for creating that community. I mean, obviously you've created a great sense of community there that support and take care of each other and lift each other up. So I give kudos to you and your work there to truly, like I said, be neighborly as Margaret puts it. So
Thank you.
But thank you, Fanatics.
Of course. This is you're such an inspiration, and like I said, a
How did you
trailblazer.
find out about me?
Someone reached out to us how we needed to talk to you because you are such an incredible woman. So that is why.
You're famous.
You're famous.
They didn't know what they were talking about, did they?
Or maybe they did.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you both taking some time out of your day. And like I said, we wish you all the best. So stay healthy, stay happy, and stay safe. But thank you for your time.
But
Thank
thank you.
Thank you.